Hello, lovelies! Welcome to our Space Cadet Yarns trunk show. The Space Cadet has landed! Yay! Space Cadet yarns are all lovingly hand-dyed by Stephanie and her amazingly talented crew in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So that makes them regional dyers to us. So not like super local, but local enough to be in our region. Pittsburgh is about 4 or 5 hours drive from Baltimore City. So what the Space Cadet crew have sent us are quite a few beautiful yarn bases. So what we're looking at here, these are the fingering weight yarns. There are 2 bases of fingering weight. One of them is called Oriana, which is this. This is in the Mars colorway, which is a bright cherry red. And Oriana is an 8-ply, 90% superwash merino, 10% nylon base. It wears like iron. It's very soft and it has sort of a cotton feel and an excellent drape. Great for socks, really beautiful for garments. And let's see here. We get, oops, flipping the tag around. We're gonna look at the yardage on here. For each 100-gram hank, you get approximately 420 yards. So that's quite a bit. So this is Mars and it is beautiful. And the Oriana is available. I have a few skeins of Mars, and also we have Oriana available in Longing, which is this lovely dark green, sort of like a piney green. We also have Oriana in this gorgeous, gorgeous Faded Dreams colorway. We have 4 of these. Isn't that pretty? And we have Steadfast, which is sort of a mix of blues and brown. And last but certainly not least, we have the Oriana available in the 9 Stones colorway. And the 9 Stones colorway is the same colorway as we have over here in Ray's cardigan. This is Ray, like, you know, the new Star Wars Ray, R-E-Y. Isn't that beautiful? So this is the back, because this is all the eyelets, and it's a hooded cardie. And then the front of it, look how pretty this is. And look, they have their own Space Cadet shawl pin. How cool is that? And this is just a beautiful long cardie, super comfy, great for every day. And this was knitted up in the Oriana. Look at that. Isn't that really nice stitch definition? Great looking. And there are enough skeins in the 9 Stones. I have 6 of them in stock right now. You could make one of these too. And they've been awesome. And on all their samples, we have like a QR code. So you can go, so here's the QR code. It'll go right to the Ravelry link. And then we'll also link to this pattern on the website, lovelyarns.com/Space Cadet. And then the other fingering weight base we have is Celeste. Celeste is 100% superwash merino, and it is $28.99. Sorry, the Oriana is $29.99. So they're both around like 30 bucks. This colorway is Tantrum, and Celeste, for each 100-gram hank, you get approximately 490 yards. That is a ton, you guys. That is a ton of yarn for 100 grams. So this is the Tantrum colorway, which is pink and mulberry, and it's got like a little like super dark speckle in, like a super dark plum speckle. And then also we have we have Celeste is available in Zazzle, which is hot orange with hot pink variegated. And we have Gentle, which is a super soft peachy pink. It's like barely there, peachy pink. We have Oxblood. Oh, we also have the Oriana in Oxblood. My bad. Here is Oriana in Oxblood. Sort of like a deep dark red. And then there are some one-of-a-kind colorways, and I numbered them 1 through however many there were. This is number 1, and it's Department of Rocket Science, one-of-a-kind. So this is one-of-a-kind colorway number 1 in the Celeste. So each of the bases have some one-of-a-kind colorways. And then this is Blood Moon, which is sort of like a yellow, orange, and a little bit of red, orange together to make a variegated colorway. And then we have So Life Gave You Lemons, this super bright hot yellow, bright lemony yellow. And then we have One of a Kind colorway number 3. We sold out of colorway number 2. One of a Kind number 2 is gone, sorry. So this is One of a Kind colorway number 3. Because I put the show up, and then between when I put the show up and when I made this video, we sold some yarn, which is great. Sorry for you guys, but great. And then this bright happy Kelly green is called Stroppy. And Stroppy is on a few bases. And then this, of course, is the Oriana. And then this is One of a Kind colorway number 4. It's got a little bit pink in there. And then this one looks similar, but the greens are a little bit different color. The green on colorway number 4 is a little bluer than the green on colorway number 5, which is a little yellower. This is number 5. And then going down a shelf, this one is Dark Skies, sort of like a broody gray, semi-solid, quasi-tonal. There we go. How many ambiguous adjectives can we come up with? Quite a few. This is One of a Kind colorway number 8. And this is like some dark charcoal with some deep mulberry. Look at that, that's pretty. That hot red, a little bit of navy blue. It's always nice when the camera can focus. Okay, and then this is colorway number 7, which is like teal and violet together. Gorgeous, simply gorgeous. Yeah, that is number 7. And then next to it is number 6. And this is like all these pretty teals, pink, a little bit of yellow. And then we have 4 skeins of Look Up. So it's like a sky blue. And last but not least, we have this pretty baby. This one is Be Calm. Isn't that pretty? It's like variegated with a little bit of like misty white gray, pale blue, a little bit of light, like a bronzy olive green, which is kind of cool. And then now we go over to our next yarn base. So these are really stunning. This is a super nice base. It's called Thebe, named after one of the moons of Jupiter. And Thebe is 65% silk, 35% linen. So it makes for a beautiful cross-seasonal blend. So you can wear this between spring and summer, between summer and fall, between fall, like it's just really nice. And it has an excellent drape. And this is like a heavy lace weight. Look how pretty it is. Look at that shine. Because it's a heavy lace weight, of course, you get a ton of yardage per hank. I believe 3 of these would make an adult sweater. You get 665 yards per 100 gram hank, which is a lot, you guys. That is a ton. And then we have these gorgeous, gorgeous colorways. So starting over here, the one on the end is Troublemaker. This great hot pink. Look how pretty that is. It's a 2-ply. And then, you know, silk and linen together is a really nice combo. Get the strength of both. And then the linen itself will sort of plump up and give you really nice stitches. And then next to that is Tantrum again. So you can really see that dark speckle on here with a couple different shades of red. And then, yeah, look how different. So isn't that cool how the dye takes the different bases? Because this one also is Tantrum. Beautiful. And then this is One of a Kind number 1 in the Thebe. So you can see like bits of the linen coming up too. It's like, it's cool how the dye has taken to the fiber. And also I should tell you, it's really soft to touch. Like it's so nice. And then this one is Oxblood. Like how different is this Oxblood? Here's Oxblood all in a row. So different. And then we have One of a Kind colorway number 2. So we've got some darkness here with our pink. And then next to it is this really pretty orange, like a carroty orange. This one's called How Dare You? And we have Blood Moon again. And of course, you know, you gotta do the compare contrast because these both are blood moon. And then last on this row is Gentle. So again, it's like that barely there peachy pink. Just really lovely, it's sort of like a pearlescent color. And then on the row below, we've got Fat-Free Chocolate. Really pale chocolatey brown. Lovely. And then next to it is Thrive. This is variegated, sort of like pinks and some yellow. This is Thrive. And then there's Sage, which is a barely there green. Sort of like barely there, sort of like a dusty green. And there might be like a little hint of yellow, a little hint of pink, like a little bit of hint of pink. It's a real subtle colorway. And then this one is Honey. So you see pretty honey tones. And then of course, Life Gave You Lemons, which looks very similar on the Phoebe and on the Celeste. And then this one is Fizz. It's sort of like a bright, happy, acidy apple green. And we have Stroppy. So here's Stroppy and Stroppy. And then last on this row is Feather. Sort of like a happy aqua. And then on the row below, we've got like a bunch of one-of-a-kind. So this is one-of-a-kind number 3. So it's sort of like a dark teal, and it's got a little bit of like denim-y bits in here. And then here's an even stronger denim. This is mostly denim with a little bit of violet. This is one-of-a-kind number 8. And then next to it is a one-of-a-kind number 9. See, we sold some of the one-of-a-kinds, which is great. So, and one-of-a-kind number 9 is more purple than the other. So it's got some fun little splashes on here. And then we have one skein of Gobsmack, which is a pretty even violet. There are some bits which are a little plummier, some bits which are a little bit bluer, but really lovely colorway. And we have only one of them. So I imagine if you wanted more of Gobsmack, say you decided, oh, I love this Phoebe, I want a whole sweater's worth of Gobsmack, just give us a call or send us an email at lovelyarns@gmail.com, and we can contact the wonderful folks at Space Cadet and we can order a sweater quantity for you. No problemo. And then this is one-of-a-kind number 10. And this is a little more of like a darker red violet. Really nice tones. Like this is just super soft. Super soft, really nice. And yeah, and I think you can get a sweater probably out of 3 because it's so much yardage. Because think about it, 3 is going to be like over 1,800 yards. That's a lot. This is Plume, so it's like a smoky gray, sort of like a barely there smoky gray violet. Really pretty. And look at the ply on that, like it's just so nice. It almost looks like it was hand spun, like it just like came right off of somebody's wheel. So lovely. Okay, and then we have one skein also of Sliver, and this is like super pale gray, like barely there gray. So these all make like a really nice ombre. Like you could do like a whole gradient. Really lovely. And then last but not least, of the last colorway of Phoebe is Life Was Better in Black and White. So this is black and white variegated. So you'd want to say tonal, but no, because it's a variegated, because look, the color is so disparate from one another in the black and the white sections, but it comes out awesome. So this is all the Phoebe. Look how pretty it is. Ah, I know, it's like you want to get them all, right? So you just order them online, lovelyarns.com/Space Cadet, and you can get one of each. We will happily wrap them up to you, and don't forget, we have free shipping all the time. And then coming over here, we have Capella. And Capella is a worsted weight yarn. It's a single ply, 100% merino. Oh, the Phoebe, you guys, Phoebe is $42 a hang. The Celeste is $28.99. The Oriana is $29.99. And the Capella is $28.99. So they're like around 30 bucks. And the Capella is super soft and smushy. It is delightful, just absolutely delightful. Like you want it on your hands, you want it close to your face. It's just lovely, like really good for squishy stuff, great for making gifts, good mittens, hats, cowls. Yes, you could do a sweater. These are all the colors of the Capella are one-of-a-kinders, and I have repeats because some of them, like, even though it says one of a kind, clearly some of them were like the same, in the same dye bath. So starting here at the top, so we have one, so it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Actually, I think it's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But the colorways are so beautiful. So this starts with like this red violet to like this one with, it's got more pink in it, and then this one on the end, this is sort of like a brick with like a dark, it looks like a charcoal speckle on it. That's kind of awesome, right? And then that is number 5. Number 4 is definitely more hot pink, more on the magenta side. This is number 4. And then like down here, so these brick ones all look real similar, but I separate them out because number 5 definitely has like this darker speckle. And then between 6 and 7, I just felt like the 6s were lighter in color. So like 6 I think is a lighter in color, and the 7 is a little darker. It's hard to tell like just looking at them individually, but when you see them next to each other, they look very similar. Like, well, you see them next to each other, one is definitely darker than the other. So, and 2 of them were dark in the same way. And then, let's see, the 8 is like this aqua that's got some purple speckle on, a little bit of yellow speckle. 9 is deeper teal, like a dark ocean color. And then color number 10 is sort of like it's like a dark green blue. It's like somebody put a gray rinse on number 8 is sort of what number 10 is like. And then there's of course like this multi that looks sort of like the desert. It's got like this pretty aqua with orange and red. And then number 12 are all these neutrals that look so pretty together. Sort of like metallic, variegated. And then over here, our last base is Lyra, and it is a cable plied sport weight yarn. And oh, I should tell you, okay, so the Capella is 100% superwash merino, and you get 195 yards per 100 gram hang. So that's like a worsted, or it could be like an Aran worsted, like a heavier worsted. So, and then the Lyra is 100% superwash merino, and you get 270 yards per 100 gram hang. So this is like a thicker sports or a light DK. And it's very springy, bouncy, and you should get amazing stitch definition, nice full plump stitches, great for texture patterns. This would be sweaters all day long. And so the colorways we have sage, which is like a barely there smoky pale greenish gray, drizzle, slightly darker gray, and then we have dark skies, which again the darkest gray, thrive, which is a multi, it's like gray with pink and yellow, gentle again, which is that lovely pale pearly peachy pink, blood moon, which is oranges, orangey red orange. We have also one of a kind number 2, one of a kind number 2, which is sort of like orange and pale pink with like a little bit of speckly action going on. And one of a kind color number 1 is sort of like some like pinky red with a little bit of terracotta, dark terracotta. Really cool color, very pretty. And then down here we have the awesome like hot orange, hot pink combo, which is Zazzle, which I really find lots of fun, that I love. And then we have one of a kind number 3, which is gray, white, pink. And we have one of a kind number 4, which is like some green, purple, pink. It's more opaque, it has less of the white, and some more of this like green and blue action going on, a little bit of purple. It's really dynamic. And of course there's only like one of each of these, so these one of a kinds really are one of a kind. One of a kind number 6 and one of a kind number 5 are dark. So this one that's mostly dark violet. This is one of a kind number 6. Lovely, one of a kind number 6. And then this one also, which is very dark. Sorry, I'm soaking the t-shirt. So this is soaking a t-shirt. So this is a very dark purples with some greens. This is one of a kind number 5. So, but I think they could work really well together as some sort of like gradient action. You can really mix it up and make a cool garment or accessory. And this is one of a kind number 7, which is similar, but it's more maroony. And then it has some mint green, which is kind of cool. And then next to it is this green pink combo, which is one of a kind number 8. Sort of like it looks like pale pink roses, really. And then we have Phrygia, which is an icy blue green. And there are 3 of these. And next to Phrygia, we have Vortex, which is a multi of gray, Kelly green, blue, and a little bit of violet. This is Vortex. And then again, of course, we have Stroppy. And it looks like there's a couple different dye lots. So with hand-dyed yarns, even if you're getting yarns that's from the same dye lot and you're switching skeins, stripe them in. That'll help you from having like a weird, like hard line of color change across your garment. And then we have like this really cool green pink, well, it's like yellow green with yellow green pink and some ochre. This is one of a kind number 9. And then we have Yes Dear, which is sort of a pear green, really pretty, sort of like a grayish yellow green color. And then next to Yes Dear, we have small batch number 1, with which I have 1 skein of it. And we have small batch number 2, which we have quite a few, and it's sort of like a mix match. But I think this would make like, even if you put 1 with 2, you see 1 is a little pinker. The others are more ochre, and then it's got like a little bit of this gray. It has a little bit of orange. It's got like touches of green. It's a real interesting color. Sort of complex, but make like a really nice garment. And then, so that's all of the Lyra individual skeins. Lyra is $32 a hank. We do have some samples knitted up in the Lyra. There's the Tudor Windows sample, the Tudor Windows cardigan by Corinne Walker. This is knitted up in the Lyra, and look at that great stitch definition. It's so springy. And we of course will have a link to this on the website because we always put pattern suggestions up at the top. This one, Celestial Seas, this is knitted up in the Celeste colorway. Remember, that's the fingering weight one. And then over here, Darlena, this is done up in the Lyra. And look at that stitch definition. So, and this is variegated, but you can still see the lace pattern. I don't feel like looks like it's done in tantrum. And I feel like you're not losing the lace because of the variegation in the yarn. I think because it's sort of got like this feather fan modified texture going on, you still see it. And because the lace pattern is striped and the yarn kind of does stripe, it's really interesting together. And of course it's got like a little V-neck, it has a cool back. And we will have links to this on our website as well, and the little Space Cadet shawl pin. And then this is a super soft cowl done up in the Capella, which is that single ply worsted. And then this over here is the Dot Matrix cardigan, also designed by Corinne Walker. And this is also knitted in Lyra. And this was done with a gradient set. Okay, and speaking of gradient sets, also from Space Cadet, we have these awesome sweater sets. We have 7 of them. And what these are 5 skeins of yarn that go together color-wise. They're in the same color family. Some of them make a gradient like this one. Others are a collection of like semi-solid or variegated yarns that also work together that would look fabulous in the same garment. And some of them, like, see, this is like analogous colors. This is more of like a monochrome, like an ombre. And then this is sort of like an ombre, but see, it's got like some variegated ones in here, not just the semi-solid. And how these work is generally like 5 skeins would make any adult sweater. However, if you feel that you need more yardage, you can always grab an extra skein of something from the wall to complement and go with. So of these sweater kits, I have 3 of them are in the Celeste base. So this one, all these pretty pinks. This sweater set is the Troublemaker Ombre. Isn't that pretty? And then next to it, in like blue, teal, and purple, somebody's favorite, this one is Turpitude, and this is a ton. So this is like, the Celeste is 490 yards, so it's almost 500 yards times 5. Like, that's a lot of yarn. That should be plenty for an adult sweater, unless you do need more. Sometimes like highly textured sweaters like need extra yarn, or if you are a bigger person, maybe you want extra yarn, or you just want a sweater with lots and lots of positive ease. And then we have a longing ombre, so it's all different shades of green, also in the Celeste base. So this whole thing is like a ton, so you know, you get a ton. So this is all Celeste, longing ombre. This is cool. This one's called Ornery, and this is in the Lyra base. So this is like that Sport DK base. So look, if you want to add one, you can add a duplicate, or you could just add, you could add one of these one of kind. Like, you can really, you could add a gentle, maybe you want a pink, maybe you want to add another gentle to this. Like, you can do some stuff. Have fun with the colors and do some stuff. But it's kind of nice that the skeins are put together for you already. And then also in the Lyra, we have, this one is the Headstrong kit, and it's like shades of peach and orange, but like really nice. Look at that. So it's really cool. And this would make like a really pretty sweater. You do like, you could even do something really simple, like a real simple raglan, like top-down raglan, and it would come out awesome because then the funkiness is in the yarn. And then the last Lyra kit we have is this one with all these shades of red violet to violet. And this one is Debacle, is what this one is called. And then I have a sweater set in the Oriana base, which is the 8-ply fingering merino base. And this one is, I think it's 420 yards per hank. So 4 times 5 is 2,000. So it's 2,100 yards. That's quite a bit. So quite a bit. And then the Celeste ones, of course, are like almost 2,500 yards. And then the Lyra is 270 times 5. So, you know, plenty for a sweater. Plenty for a sweater. And these are all the sweater kits. So between the sweater kits, the fingering, the Phoebe silk and linen heavy lace, this gorgeous Capella worsted, and the Lyra heavy sport light DK, I think we can find some awesomeness for you out of this fabulous trunk show. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you have questions, send them to lovelyarns@gmail.com. And don't forget, shop the show, lovelyarns.com/Space Cadet. Bye, happy stitching.